Yes, used car prices have fallen since their highs during the peak of the pandemic, but prices are still erratic all over the place, and affordability of a used vehicle largely depends on what state you live in. There's a new study that analyzed over 183,000 listings to reveal which states and cities have the cheapest used cars and those that tout the most expensive. Quote, more than ever before, the U.S. car market has seen a higher demand for used cars. But with the price of used cars rising 49% since June of 2020, there was an effort to find out where consumers are getting their best deals and how affordable they are relative to local incomes. So here's how much used cars cost in every state in relation to the national average according to this report. It's 10% more, almost 11% more in Alaska, 7, almost 8% more in Hawaii, which makes sense because they're further from the mainland. Then you got New Mexico at 7.27%, Mississippi at 5.8%, Wyoming, Montana also above 5% above the average. Washington State, where I live, 4.4%. Now, on the bottom level of this chart of all 50 states, you've got Florida, 4% less, 4.45% less than the national average there in Florida. So it's cheaper to find a used vehicle in Florida. Same goes with Michigan, New Jersey, New York, all below 4% average of the country. Then you got Vermont, Virginia, Ohio, and Connecticut, all about less than 2% of average across the country. But Florida actually isn't the most affordable state to buy a used car, even though they're negative 4% of the average. It was expected that Alaska and Hawaii, because of where they are located, but the study revealed some surprises, including which is the most affordable state to buy a used car. Here's what they say. Quote, Alaska may be the most expensive state, but there are 34 states where it takes a bigger chunk of your salary to get a used car. Mississippi doesn't have the highest prices per car, but locals pay a greater amount of their income per vehicle purchased, with locals paying 75% of their annual salary on a used vehicle. The state in which a used car is most affordable is actually New York, where it only costs 41% of your annual salary. New Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and California round out that top 5. Unless you absolutely have to have these new vehicles, consider shopping somewhere else. These new cars are the worst deals on the market right now. Now, it's not surprising to see a pickup truck on this list, but what is surprising is that the Ford Ranger is the one that made it. You'd think it would be the Toyota Tacoma, but you'd be wrong. The Ford Ranger is apparently going for 15% above MSRP. You probably didn't think you'd have to pay over MSRP for a commercial van, but nevertheless, here it is. Like the Ranger, Consumer Reports found the Ford Transit Connect going for 15% over its sticker. Maybe people are in a rush to get the last ones before it disappears from the U.S. market. Who knows, but they're quite expensive right now. If you're in the market for a Ford Escape, you may want to wait until the inventory catches up with the demand because this Ford is more expensive than the previous two I mentioned. It's going for 16% over MSRP. This one makes a lot of sense, and I'm not surprised because the Kia Telluride has been popular ever since it came out, and it is even more popular now, and 17% over MSRP if you want to buy one of these. So be patient, move on, try something else. This is just too expensive. Sticking in the Kia family, the Sportage also 17% over MSRP right now, so pump the brakes on those two Kias. Maybe go for a RAV4 or a CR-V instead. The Chevy Bolt is next, still an affordable EV, but definitely less of a deal if you're paying 17% over MSRP on this one. Maybe opt for a Nissan Leaf instead. The demand seems to be high for the Nissan Versa, surprisingly. Demand is so high that they're selling 17% over MSRP. Just like the Bolt. The Kia Seltos has been considered one of the least satisfying vehicles to own, according to consumers. The only thing worse is paying over MSRP, in the neighborhood of 18% over MSRP. Odds are people won't be buying one at all. Surprise, surprise, another Kia on the list. I thought these were affordable vehicles. The Kia Carnival is 19% over sticker. It's a minivan. When it comes to inexpensive transportation, the Kia Rio is a good bet, but when you're paying 19% over MSRP, you might want to wait a little bit. If you want to find the best deal on a new vehicle in your zip code, even a used vehicle, you can use quotes.everymandriver.com as a free search engine. Put in the make, model, in your zip code, and you'll find qualified dealers making offers on those vehicles. Not all manufacturers participate, and when they do, you'll be able to see them in this drop-down list. It's free. It's quotes.everymandriver.com. If you don't find what you're looking in your zip code, expand your zip code and be willing to travel a few miles to save a few $100, maybe even a few thousand on a new or used vehicle today. today. Quotes.everymandriver.com.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time.